I'm in Bald Eagle State Forest in central Pennsylvania. I'm just car camping tonight. We're starting a backpacking trip tomorrow at 8 a.m. and I didn't feel like leaving Pittsburgh at 4:30 in the morning to get up here. So I'm only about 30 to 40 minutes away from where we're meeting tomorrow at Greenwood Furnace State Park, and then we're going to shuttle down to the southern end of the trail at Cowan's Gap, or Cowan's Gap, I don't know how you pronounce it. We'll be doing the 84-mile long Standing Stone Trail. The plan is to do it in 5 days. There's a lot of areas of the trail that are state game lands and private property that you're not allowed to camp on. I'll put a screenshot in right here showing you what the trail looks like. This is on the Far Out app. The red areas are no camping, the green areas are camping allowed. So yeah, it's going to be, we have to do it in pretty long days. So we're scheduled to do starting off set back-to-back 17-mile days, then a 20-mile day, then a 16 and a 14 out. It's going to be Becky, Shaft, and Tara. And so Becky had scheduled this. She had done the logistics. The bugs are bad right now. The northern end of the trail is kind of iffy to leave a car for 5 days. So we're going to leave cars at a couple cars at Greenwood Furnace State Park. When we get there, that's only 7 miles from the northern end or something like that. When we get there, we'll shuttle a car up to the end, so we have a car at the end, just like a 2.5 mile hike up there to get the car and get back to the rest of the cars. I'm most likely going to have to make this into 2 or 3 separate videos. It's going to be too long if I try to cram all this into one. From the research I did, there's going to be a lot of cool sights to see. We're going to be going through 2 trail towns. On day 2, we're going to be going through 3 Springs. And on day 3, we'll be going through Mapleton. Mapleton has a pizzeria, so I'm hoping to partake of that maybe. 3 Springs has a diner, a pizzeria, and a mini mart. We have to watch our water situation on this trail. We should be all right with this time of year, but still going to be pretty careful, especially up at the northern end. Because of the 5 days, I got 6 pounds of food with me, so yeah, like I said, I'm going to try to eat something in those towns if possible. I'm going to try cold soaking for the first time on this trip too, so that'll be interesting. Because we'll be going through those 2 towns, hopefully we'll be able to find some toilets. Greenwood Furnace State Park should also have toilets, as well as the starting point at Cowan's Gap. Elevation gain for the trail is a little over 14,000 feet. If I did the math right, over 84 miles, I'm trying to psych myself out here, but over 84 miles, that should average out to somewhere between 100 to 200 feet of elevation per mile. But I know there's some tough climbs. There's the 1,000 steps as we come out of Mapleton. The weather forecast, tomorrow should be decent. Then Tuesday, it's going to start getting hot into the 90s. Wednesday is going to be ridiculous. It's going to be in the mid-90s with feels like temperatures of 100. And we're supposed to get afternoon thunderstorms. After that, I think Wednesday, or after that, the last 2 days, we'll be back down into the 80s. That's going to be a rough day on day 3. Not only the 20 miles, but some of the videos I've seen, some of this trail is very rocky. So it should be interesting. Anyways, I wanted to show you around this campsite. This was campsite number 48 up here that I booked. It's a free campsite, which is cool. I just had to make a reservation online so that the rangers know I'm here, I guess. So yeah, let me show you around this campsite. I just came down this road. This is the access off the main road. It's just a dirt road, the main road. And then come down here. Looks like it kind of continues over here, but hasn't been used in forever. Who knows where that goes. Yeah, even this was a little bit iffy in spots for a Honda Civic to come down, but you can see how big this parking area is. So let me show you over here. So here we got this pole that I'm going to hang. I got one of those lights that has a yellow light on it so that the bugs aren't attracted. I'm going to hang that up there later. You got this picnic table, and really nice over here we got a fire ring with some collected wood. All I got to do is go find some twigs to get it started and dig my lighter out of my pack because I didn't bring a separate one. Now check it out. Down here I'm going to show you this. I brought my old hammock with me just so I wouldn't have to dig my my good hammock out of the pack to hang it up, but I don't think I'm going to hang tonight. It's a little bit chilly. I mean, it's not terrible right now. It's like in the mid 60s, but the wind's kind of blowing. So yeah, I'm going to get the fire started probably after dark. I don't want to attract I don't want anybody to see some smoke down here from the roads. There's a couple good hammock hanging trees over here and over here. A lot of flat spots for tents. You can tell some of them have been recently used. And yeah, I should, there's a trail going over here. I didn't even check this one out yet. This might just be to the restrooms. And by that I mean catholes. Yep, that's what it is. Idiots. I mean, you're car camping. If you're not at least going to dig a hole to put it in, you carry it out in your car. Put it in a Ziploc bag and carry it out. I don't think I'm going to hang my hammock tonight. I'm just going to sleep in the passenger seat of my car. Just, I don't have any, my only insulation, my only underquilt is buried at the bottom of my pack. I don't feel like digging it out. I'm too lazy. So, yeah, I'll just sleep in the passenger seat. That way I won't have to tear the hammock down in the morning, even though that takes 3 minutes. That concludes the camp tour. So unless anything exciting happens the rest of the night, I'll catch up with you in the morning. Literally 10 seconds after I said, unless anything interesting happens, I press pause and a car comes down there. As soon as they saw my car, they backed all the way up that road. Just heard something big walking around there in the woods. So I'm yelling, hey. It kept moving. There's a big porcupine just came out of the woods. Hey there. Hey. That's the biggest one I've seen. At first when it started coming out of the woods, I thought it was a small bear. I think I scared it off. Yeah, I just heard the first squeaking up in the air. And there's the bats. I'm about to get this fire going and hopefully get rid of some of these bugs, and hopefully they'll get rid of some of these bugs too. I just got it started. Nothing too crazy tonight. Yeah, my alarm's gonna go off at 7 a.m. so I don't want to build anything too extensive, but going good so far. I had a few Coors Lights. Getting into, I brought 2 of these Twisted Teas with me. So yeah, that'll be a nightcapper right there. Well, I never did sleep very comfortably in the passenger seat of the car last night, so I just got up. It's before my alarm even went off, and I'm headed over to the other meetup spot, but couldn't help but checking out this view over here. Look at this. This is Big Valley Vista. That is beautiful. In a traffic jam. I know I'm probably getting some wind noise. We are here at Cowan Gap State Park, however you pronounce it, C-O-W-A-N. And we met up closer to the northern end at Greenwood Furnace State Park and jumped into Becky's car to come down here. So Tara couldn't make it, so it's me, Shaft, and Becky. And we're going to be going around the lake. I guess we'll be following Tuscarora Trail for a minute. But I'm not sure exactly where the Standing Stone starts, but figure it out soon. Here's the spillway for the dam. And the trail starts officially right here. And here's the official start, southern end of the Standing Stone Trail. Or the Great Eastern Trail that runs from Alabama to New York, I believe. It's noon, we're at Slanted Rock Viewpoint. Just dropping the packs to get out here because it's kind of sketchy. Pretty nice.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, my poor legs.
Oh god. Just one little window to look out on here. Pretty nice. Alright, things are getting kind of technical with these rock scrambles. Just had to come down that. And it looks like it's going to continue for a while. It's all boulders. I don't know how Shaft is going to speed digging through this stuff. One more view. Pretty cool how that just got pushed up vertically. I've seen this in another video. It almost looks like the tree is holding up these boulders, but obviously the boulders have been here much longer. This is Sidling Hill Vista. More of a window vista. Here's Mel's bench. It's supposed to look like a bench. It looks like it has a bunch of legs. Maybe it is a salamander.
Why was it acting like that? Was something eating its tail?
You get it to move. Up, up. No, stop. Don't run. We're not done. Tourists.
Wildlife
Just
like
hanging
this.
out on this thing.
Shameful. I got my picture. I got my picture.
It's about 20 after 3. We're a little over 8 miles on the day. So we're getting close to the halfway point on the day. And so with 5.5 hours of usable daylight, we should have no problem, hopefully. Ever since that place where we took a break, the path has become way less rocky and pretty flat, so we're making some good time now. So hopefully it stays like this for a while. Starting to hear a whole bunch of highway noise out in the distance. And I know somewhere on this trip we have to take a bridge under the Pennsylvania Turnpike. So that sounds like it could be it. Sounds like a whole lot of truck traffic. The Underbelt's Folly was a failed railroad from back in the day. So hopefully we'll be on some flat ground for a while. That'd be nice. Definitely going to need to check for ticks after going through this last mile or so of trail. Now, all that traffic noise you're hearing is the Pennsylvania Turnpike. We're about to go through a tunnel underneath. Yeah, I've seen this jungle gym thing on other videos. So this will take us onto the other side of this fence, if you want to call it a fence. Oh man. Maybe they rerouted it. Do we have to go through all this high grass?
What? Do you see any blazes?
This just says straight. I don't understand.
I'm gonna
I'd rather go straight.
think. No, I see Blaze right over there on that tree.
Ah, crap. So
Can
we gotta,
get there from here or
we
right?
gotta,
we probably have
we
to go
gotta
over this,
weed
I'm
whack
sure.
through this. What if walk down there just a bit and see if there's something else heading over there? This is Tick City. All right, I'm gonna climb it. There are blazes over there, and there's a clump of trees. But Becky said that she would go this way, so I'm gonna see what she found down here. Some of this grass is up to my chest. So fortunately, I have a recent application of permethrin on my clothes. It just occurred to me that I haven't announced the song of the day. So I've had a ton of different songs going in my head today, but I got a good one now, so we'll make it official. Going AC/DC, have a drink on me. The trail's been sending us back up higher in elevation, and that means more rocks. It's getting not as bad as that first ridge we were on, but definitely a lot slowing down the pace a lot more than we had been doing. I'm not really sure if I had mentioned it before or not, but my total pack weight for this is pretty up there compared to what I have been doing. So I have one fireball for each campsite for each night. So there's 4 pints there, so that's 4 pounds. 4 pounds of fireball and 6 pounds of food, which I probably didn't need that much. So we'll be going through 2 trail towns. So yeah, my starting pack weight was 20, I think it was 29 pounds. It's the highest it's been in a long time. We got to the 14-mile mark, and there was a side trail leading to Monument Rock, which is kind of like it's a 20-foot high stone pillar monolith. It's kind of used as the in the picture for the logo for the Standing Stone Trail. But we were gonna have to go downhill to get to it, then back up, and none of us are feeling it. It's getting late. We just want to get to camp. So yeah, we just passed that up. We need to get to camp and get some water. All right, well, we had to go up the power lines to continue to the water. Oh, we're over 18 miles already. It's a half a mile to the water. There's a lot of boulders. Let's see what's over here. More boulders. Oh, this is a great view over here. Look at that sunset. Whew. I guess technically it's a half an hour before sunset. 63 degrees, 9 o'clock.
63?
Yeah, it was 62 was the low last night. And this was our campsite. Me and Shaft stayed here, and Becky stayed up at the parking lot because she didn't ever been able to get a tent in here. Everybody else is ready, so I'm gonna shut this thing off and hit the trail. You can see how high this grass is. We're crossing the power lines for the 3rd time. Coming into the village of Meadow Gap.
I mean, look at that big tree right there.
These trees are just ready to fall off of that cliff.
It's off the cliff.
Yeah.
And we are on a paved road. I think it's going to be paved road all the way to Three Springs, 5 miles away. This is what we're dealing with here. Rain's getting harder. I still haven't bothered to get out my rain gear. This is funny. Shaft doesn't like to stop walking to take his back off. So he just spins it around to get stuff out. That's hilarious. Right next to the road. Yeah, go see if there's an actual toilet in there.
It's not in here, but it used to be. Look at that shit. That's old school right there, man. And look how small that is. That's like for the kids.
I know, for real.
Look at that spider.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to go in there, you'd have to leave the door open because there's nowhere for your legs.
True. Yes.
Right next to the road. David Esch bought to find this one. All right, here's the trail challenge. Find this old link trail sign.
Yeah, David.
I'm getting a Sanford and Son vibe right here. I'll get that song in my head now. Now we are coming into Three Springs, Trail Town. Yeah, there is a diner right here. Sounds tempting. It's only 69 degrees, but that looks very tempting. Maybe grab some food and hang out under there. Take a break if it's raining. Coming into the main intersection in town, you got this pizzeria here. And across the corner, you got the Mini Mart, which is where we're headed. Excellent stop here at the Mini Mart. I had me an ice cream sandwich, I got a green tea, I picked up a cold sub for dinner tonight, so I don't have to make anything. And stocked up on all my water. I don't think it's a public restroom, it's maybe something they let for the hikers do is use the employee restroom, so that was cool. But anyways, back to it. We got about a mile and a half of road walk before we get to a forest road. Tell you what, I can't wait to get off this road. It's just, most of it's just been basically side hilling on our road. So my feet are just trashed right now. Going song of the daytime, and this one just popped into my head, so let's make it official. It's another one I like, is Iron Maiden, Power Slave. It's brutal out here. And it's not even that hot, it's in the 70s. So we just been kind of jumping from shade to shade, taking a break. You can make it. We're almost there.
No, we're not.
Wait till you see the view behind you.
Woo. Yeah,
Looks like it's finally leveling off after a little over 2 miles, maybe 2.25 miles. Made all the more worse by being out in the direct sun most of the time. All these jagged rocks I'm walking on, and having over 25 pounds on my back. But yeah, I don't see any more upward coming up. Dried coyote poop. Becky's got the question, can it be rehydrated?
No, I don't think so. We just made it wet.
It's still hard.
All right.
That's pretty cool. It's 4 o'clock and 80 degrees out here. And Becky was able to get the forecast and said temperatures are only going to be climbing the rest of the day. Prepare us for tomorrow. Trail just brought us up onto another mountain, another climb. We should only be, I don't know, 4 miles from camp now. And we just passed over 12 miles on the day. So that puts us at over 30 miles on the trip so far. According to the Far Out app, me and Becky are both running right now. We are on an alternate trail, but I don't know. We're on Orange Blazes. We didn't see any other options. And Shaft has this routed too on whatever Garmin I think he's using. And he came this way. So I don't know what's going on. But it looks like we're going to be up on this ridge for quite a while. Or not quite a while, maybe a mile. And yeah, now we're out in the open. I don't know where to go. Some of these orange places look more faded than others, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on. We're going in the right direction though. That's all that matters. You can see what we're dealing with, trying to find the trail through all this logged area. We're just looking for orange and heading in that direction as best we can. All right, I'm gonna call this the miserable mile. We've been dealing with this, trying to find blazes on the trees through these rock fields and down trees and overgrown stuff. But it looks like we're coming out into some green woods over here. It'd be nice to get out of this sun. Well, at least we're in the shade, but we're having to navigate through this boulder field. We are into some waist-high ferns. I hate when I can't see where I'm putting my feet, especially with all the rocks we've been encountering for the past 2 days. All right, so check it out. You can avoid that whole load of crap we just did. When you get to the top of that big two-mile hill, just don't turn off the gravel. Just stay on that gravel road all the way. It'll bring you out here. That's why it was showing as a smaller trail on our map what we just did. So yeah, don't go up there.
Yeah, I'm sleeping in my tent.
This spider, the body of it is the size of like an almond. The legs are probably like an inch long each. Yeah, for reference.
It is dead. There's ants all... Ah, it's not!
No. Those are his babies, I bet you.
Oh. Oh.
Grab a stick and like touch it again.
Oh God. If it jumps on me.
Yeah, those are babies running all.
Oh, for God's sake, I'm out of here. I'm sleeping in my tent.
We're at camp. I'm going to show you around. This is the Butler Knob Adirondack Lean-To Shelter, the official term. This is a nice shelter. So check it out. You got a hook hanging over here. I haven't opened up the box yet to see. You got a broom. Well, we'll open this stuff in a few minutes, see what's in there. So, yeah, nice rock steps going up. There's some pre-cut firewood underneath. Over here, You got a fire pit with all these chairs. You can lean up on the backs of 3 of these. There is a picnic table. I don't know what's going on over here. Maybe that's for firewood to cut up. Let's take it a walk around this way. This is interesting. They got a place for cat holes over that direction. So I am over here. Becky's tent's over there. And then up here is Shaft's hammock. And yeah, well, so over here again, the sign for the spring. It really wasn't as far as we originally thought, so. But I've stocked up on water. I got every container I have full of water. All right, let's check out what's in these boxes. Some reading material. Just a login book. All right, 8:45. Becky's got the fire going, and it's fireball time. Well, here we are at camp, morning of day 3, and I'm going to wrap up part 1 of what should be a 2-part video right here. And it's a little after 7. When I got up at 7 o'clock, it was already 70 degrees out. So yeah, more details on that in part 2. So keep an eye out for that. That'll be out after I finish editing and posting part 1. So with that, wrapping things up here for part 1 of the videos, and thanks for watching.